There. In this video, we're going to be looking at adding and subtracting fractions. And this is relatively straightforward to do as long as you follow very carefully some very simple steps. So there's two lots of fractions that we're going to look at. So one is fractions with the same denominators. And when you have the same denominators, as in this case, then all you need to do is to add or subtract the numerators. So let's work through this. So here we're asked to add 2/9 plus 3/9. Now, because we've got the same denominator, then that goes underneath. And then you add the numerators. So 2 plus 3, and that equals 5/9. Can this be simplified anymore? No, it can't. So this is your answer. So let's look at subtraction. And subtraction is done in a very similar way. So you have 6/11 minus 4/11. And because they have a common denominator, then the 11 goes underneath. Now, notice that this time it's not a plus but a minus. So we minus the numerators. So 6 minus 4. 6 minus 4 equals 2. 2/11. Can this be simplified anymore? No, it can't. So therefore, this is the final answer and correct answer. So let's look at what happens when fractions don't have the same denominator, they have different denominators. Well, here it's a two-stage process. So the first process is to make them into equivalent fractions. And we've covered this a number of times in previous videos. Once they are equivalent fractions, we can then add or subtract them, whatever else to do. And we can just do that with the numerators as we've seen in this example. So here we go. This is a calculation that we're going to be asked to do. So it's 4/7 plus 1/3. And the first thing you notice is that the numerators, the denominators rather, are different. So we need to make them into equivalent fractions. And if you remember, we do this by coming up with multiples of the denominator and see which ones they have in common. So you can do this in sort of like a rough area here. And I've written them out just to save a little bit of time. So what are the multiples of 7? And this means adding 7 each time. So there's 7, which is the first multiple. 7 plus 7 is 14. 14 plus 7 is 21. 21 plus 7 is 28, etc. So these are the multiples of that. What are the multiples of 3? So this time we're adding 3. So 3 is the first multiple. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 plus 3 is 12. 12 plus 3 is 15. 15 plus 3 is 18. 18 plus 3 is 21. 21 plus 3 is 24. But we don't have to carry on doing this because here are the common multiples. Because they're the first multiples, they're also the lowest common multiples. So we can have to convert these fractions into equivalent fractions. So let's look at this one first. So that's down here. So 4/7. So in order to make 21 at the bottom, we have to multiply it by 3. This comes from 1, 2, 3. 3 sevens are 21. And because you've multiplied the denominator by 3, you need to multiply the numerator by 3 as well. So 4 times 3 is 12. And then similarly with the third, we have to multiply the 3 to get 21. How many times do we have to multiply 3 to get 21? Well, we can count them here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 7. Whatever you do to the denominator, you do to the numerator. So 3 times 7 is 21. And 1 times 7 is 7. So these fractions here are the same value as these ones, except now they have been put into equivalent fractions where the denominator is the same. And then the next stage is quite simple. So we take this 12 over 21, we add it to 7 over 21. 21 is the lowest common denominator. And then all we do is add these together. So 12 plus 7 equals 19 over 21. Can this be simplified even more? No, it can't. So this is the final answer. What I'd like you to do is to have a go yourself. And these are some examples. So as usual, just attempt the first one and put the video on pause during that, then play, then we work through this, and then we'll repeat the process. So if you put it on play, have a go at this one. So hopefully you've had a go at this one and you've noticed that they've got the same denominator. So all you do is put 4 underneath because that's the same. You then take the 1 from here, and because we're doing addition, we're adding them. And that gives us 4 stays underneath there. 1 plus 2 is 3. Can this be simplified anymore? No, it can't. So this is the correct answer. So if you put the video on pause and attempt this one. Okay, so hopefully we've got the same answer. So let's put, again, notice that the denominator is the same. So this is really quite simple. Just put the 6 underneath there. And now we're going to just deal with the numerator. But notice that this is a minus. Always make sure that you notice what the sign is. So 5 minus 3 equals 2 over 6. Can this be simplified anymore? Yes, it can, because 2 goes into 2 once. 2 goes into 6 3 times. So this is the answer. This is also the answer, but it's always best to simplify it. Okay, so this one, they have different denominators. So I put the video on pause, give this a go, and we'll come back and do it together. Okay, so hopefully you've given that a go. So it's important to put these in as similar denominators. So we're going to find out the way you do it, as we've shown above. You find multiples of 4. So there's 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. I'm going to run out of room a little bit. 12 plus 4 is 16. 16 plus 4 is 20. 20 plus 4 is 24, and we can carry on. Hopefully we'll have a similar denominator before so many repetitions. So let's find out with 5. How many multiples are there of 5? So there's 5. 5 plus 5 is 10. 10 plus 5 is 15. 15 plus 5 is 20. Ha-ha. So this and this are the same. So that's the lowest common multiple. So we need to put 1 over 4. How many times do you have to multiply 4 to get 20? Well, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And how many times we have to multiply the 5 by the 1 by 5? So just looking, I shouldn't have put it here actually, because it doesn't equal this. Oh, well, we can put it here like that. And then there's a 2 and the 5. How many times do we have to multiply 5 to get 20? Well, the answer is 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whatever we do to the bottom, we do to the top. So this equals 1 times 5 is 5. 4 times 5 is 20. Plus 2 times 4 is 8. 5 times 4 is 20. So all you have to do now is put the 20 underneath, add the 5 plus 8, and 5 plus 8 equals 13. Hold on a minute, let's make this nice and clear. So 13 over 20. Can this be reduced anymore? Can this be simplified? No, it can't. So this is the final and correct answer. Sorry, it's a little bit messy here, but hopefully if you've been following, then you know which bits go where. So put the video on pause again, give this one a go, and then press play and we'll work through it together. So hopefully this has worked out well. So again, there's a process, and if you follow the process, then all will be well. So here, just choose another pen color because it's getting a bit busy here. So what are the multiples of 3? Because we're looking for a common denominator value to put underneath. So I'm going to put it up here, only because there's space. So the multiples of 3 are 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. Oh, look. There's a 9 there. There's a 9 here. So in order to make 3 a 9, we can write down 2 over 3. So that's the original number, times 3. Minus, because we're asked to minus this, 1 over 9. So we don't have to change this. We only need to change this to make it into this. So let's do the next bit. So 2, oh gosh, I forgot. Can you see, even I've forgotten, so that you must multiply that by 3 as well. So whatever you do at the bottom, we do at the top. So 2 times, so always pay attention and you have to focus. So 2 times 3 is 6. So let's get rid of that. So 6 over 3 times 3 is 9. Minus 1 over 9. Now, because that's all 9, we can do 6 minus 1. And 6 minus 1 is 5 over 9. Can that be simplified any more? No, it can't. So this is your final answer. I hope your working out is less messy than mine.